There's an energy that's ready to return to your life. That's what I keep hearing. It looks like this person almost as it's an energy. So this is how you know that this is your reading, okay? And these are collective, you take what resonates. But there are certain things where I put a big understanding that this is a key factor of energy that has to be going on in your dynamic for this reading to be for you. The collective energy with this reading is, it was either a person that ghosted you or broke up with you. Or there was at least a sense of the last conversation was so understood that both people are just going to part ways. This is not a reading for somebody where you decided to break up with them. It was either some form of mutual ground or they broke up. Or ghosting energy. With that being said, almost as soon as they made the decision, they regretted it. But go with me here. They didn't regret it. When I say almost as soon, what is really going on in my mind is as soon as you completely separated. So they could have broken up with you and started like second questioning if it was the right thing. And there had to be a span of time where you were still walking in each other's energy. So maybe trying to be friends or talking or etc. Like talking like maybe we can work this out, or well, if it's the ghosting energy, it wouldn't necessarily be the talking. So this could even be an energetic connection. You felt still that their source was connected to yours. What I see though, once you actually separated, truly, more than just the official title, when you're energetically separated, they felt it if you weren't in contact, and if you were in contact, it was a big surprise to them that you just decided to go away. You didn't ghost, you released. There's a difference between ghosting somebody and releasing somebody. So when you decided to unfriend them, not message them back, leave them on red, doing things that were completely out of your pattern, that's when this person was like, oh shit, what did I do? Now this whole thing was guided by spirit, okay? You two had to separate for further growth. That's a definite. What I am hearing from spirit is that this person, during your time of separation, has really realized a lot of their own toxic tendencies. They liked the chase of somebody, the what if, the thrill of not knowing what's coming next. And as soon as you became a comfortable source, a reliable source, it became off as boring to them. So they were attracted to not even excitement in a relationship, toxicity. You were one of the first people in their life that just did not. It's so interesting because it's not even like you didn't complain about them. That's what I keep hearing. You were so understanding. They didn't know how to experience that at that time. They registered it as boredom. They registered it as you're too easy. In a sense of, I know how to work you and your emotions. This person definitely thrived in connections where there was that sense of knowing they could get under the energy of the person they were with. And you didn't do emotional reactions to certain types of things they would say. You're a very healthy source. And it looks like this person was very young-minded, and there's a possibility that you were older than them, or at least energetically you've lived more lives than them. So when you decided to change your pattern and honor your masculine with them, your willpower, your go-getter attitude, your self-composure, no matter if you're the feminine or the masculine in the dynamic, that's simply energy we're talking about right now. You decide to own your own masculine nature and set healthy boundaries with yourself, that I am not giving this going around in a circle. I've seen this before. No matter how much I like them, we gotta go. They tried to ignore you, your energy after that. I could see if you unfriended them, they ended up unfriending you, and etc. But if you were to go and check, if you don't have them blocked, and you were to go and check after a long time of not even caring about, thinking about them, to be quite frank, you spent a long time of you've spent quite a bit of time where they would be passing in your head, but you didn't let their energy stick. There were so many other things that you had to analyze and center focus on. Their love, this connection was not one of the most important things. You put yourself first. So that's why you haven't looked them up in a very long time. Or you could have even looked them up in the past, what I'm hearing is like 3 days. For the first time in so long, in the past 3 days, you could have looked them up. So based off if you have or haven't, most likely if you go look them up, they are still following you. It looks like somebody decided, I'm going to put my toes in the water. They've done quite a bit of subconscious, but also they've done a lot of subconscious motives, or they've done a lot of subconscious signs to you, relying only on the telepathic connection to have you reach out to them. And then they started realizing, okay, well, there's some boundaries, there's some disconnect that has happened enough to where even if they're registering my telepathic messages, they're not going to reach out to me unless I reach out to them. Even if you were the one, because for most of you here, you were the one who left them unread or decided, I've had enough. Even though the ball, in a technical sense, is on your court, they see you guys are not playing the same game anymore, and you have to restart. Go on to a new game, another level. So, after a long time of them not looking at your profile, when they finally did again, this is what they thought. They saw you as perfectly imperfect. Why the fuck did I treat this person the way I did? Not only, and it doesn't matter this, but it's true, not only do so many people admire you, not only do you have options, if you will, in love, and I say it that way because what basically you're stating is you know you don't have to settle in love and you have plenty of suitors. But it doesn't matter the number of suitors. It matters for you to have one that matches you. They see you've done nothing but thrive and advanced your self-love, your calmity, your self-control. They definitely still see you as extremely humorous too. The perfect blend of being serious, being a trusted source, but also being a big kid and making things fun, making things understandable, not being so serious. That's all I keep hearing is there must be a lot of people in their life that they're just so too serious, and they feel like they have to clay them up around the people around them, and seeing you in your prime, because you're always in your prime. This whole part of your life is prime. It makes them miss that feeling they had with you. It also gives them a big indecision. Should I reach out to this person? This person's doing really good. Would they even accept my apology? Would they want to talk again? There's definitely a lot of air placement within this dynamic as well. For some of you here, there's already been a reach out. And some of you, it's soon to come. What I see is this person is asking for a lot of help from their guides, and maybe a few humans, but mostly their angels, their guides. What do I do? I've tried to energetically connect with them. And I think they're getting the signs, but I don't think they're choosing to read them. I can't blame them for that. They've excelled, and this is them talking to their guides about you. They've excelled years in the amount of time, no matter if it's been years or months, decades, etc. You've been separated. Whatever amount of time you've been separated, it's like you have in knowledge, in experience, age double that. They want to be of service to you. Not just you, but one of the things they are to service to. I see a person that wants to be whoever the feminine is in this dynamic. A sense of wanting to... Okay, I understand now. No matter how this is being paired with if you're the masculine or feminine, the other person wants to be of service with their feminine nature to you. Meaning their nurture, their compassion, sympathy. It's sacrificing their pride to reach out to you. It's the leap of faith, and it's the only way. That's exactly what their guides have told them. The only way to regain this is through vulnerability and sacrificing the need to fill. It's an interesting energy. To sacrifice the energy to need to feel safe by always making people chase them. They have to be comfortable with feeling uncomfortable for further growth. And that uncomfortability is being the one that reaches out and puts their vulnerability all on the line. That's what Spirit told them. So, they're definitely ridding themselves of anxiety. And they don't want to fall from grace. So they're going to take slow and steady wins the race with this dynamic. So there could have already been a reach out between you two. But you're allowing yourself to organically talk. What I see no matter what with this dynamic, if they come at you with authenticity, and it's not this big exaggerated thing, like instantly turning into, I'm sorry, and just love bombing you, but also not acting so casual that it's like you don't fucking matter. Like they're trying to play this confident, cocky persona. If it's not one of those two things, if it's the happy medium of them just being genuine, talk to them. What I see is you guys definitely, you have history. So that it's not slow and steady wins the race in a sense of like when you're getting to know somebody. You guys have history. So it's going to be slow and steady wins the race until there's enough provence to you that this person genuinely knows what they have, knows they can lose you if they don't respect the balance give and take. You were too... There is such a thing, okay? Go with me here. There is such a thing of being too understanding to a person. And the way you could be too understanding to a person is by giving excuses to their actions. Something I say and live by is I always give an understandance to a person, not an excuse. So we can be understanding, but we can't discredit the way you've been treated just because somebody else has a form of trauma. Because you have trauma and you don't treat people that way. Nobody's perfect. Humans make human errors. So that's why I always state this is an understandance of why the person is the way they are. why they made the decision they did, why they said what they did, but it's not an excuse. And if you chose to rise above it, put your ego away, meaning the other person, for this specific situation, we can work with that. We can excel from that. I don't want a perfect person. I want a real person. Someone that's not going to run away when times get hard. Not somebody who's going to ghost me when times get hard. Or somebody that's going to run away because they're bored. They're going to say to you, in the past I was arrogant. I'm not who I was then. I have shed off a lot of toxic tendencies, people. I've gotten myself out of situations that I see keep me in low vibrations. I want value in my life, not distraction. And when I first met you, I wanted distraction. I didn't realize it. But if you give me another chance, I'm focused on this. And again, there's going to be a sense of slow and steady wins the race. It's not going to be right off the bat, this conversation. There's going to be a sense of just, hi, how are you? Let's update each other on our lives, okay? And then we organically will allow the love talk, the relationship talk, the intimate talk to form. But you are not the one to push and make these things happen. It is for them to show you that they're deserving of being in your life. And that's not selfish, that's selfless. So Spirit's saying, be curious with each other. Definitely a lot of air placement within this dynamic. Be communicative. And see this as an opportunity of healing. When they come in, don't see it as, is this a test to see if I'm ready to really release what no longer serves to pull something else in. You would know if it was that type of energy because you wouldn't feel and you wouldn't see all the signs Spirit are saying to where, hey, we're telling you to, if this person continuously is doing their part and they show you for a while, give them another chance. The energy of this reading is not, this is a person that is a test for you. If they were to come in any other way than authentic and vulnerable through strength, you instantly would be able to tell. You see, whoever's paired to you in this reading, I have faith that they want to truly heal with you and are being serious about this focus. You guys have heard me say in plenty of readings, you know, we have the left path, right path choices. We still do. But I can very much feel when somebody, at least at their current law of attraction, their current left path, right path choices, stays on that same frequency, if it's high frequency, if it's low. I can see if their decisions are going to lead to aligning with their feelings and their actions. Or if there's a stumble, okay? I don't feel a stumble with this person, but it's going to also take you not allowing yourself to just instantly give everything. But you both do have faith. And faith is the biggest thing that makes things flourish. This dynamic's not dead. You are part of each other's foundation. And I do see Spirit is saying that they do protect this connection. Very interesting. And this dynamic is for you to honor completely your divine masculine nature with your confidence, your strength, your ability to think before you speak. They do not want you to have this big brick wall up to them, but they do say have a shield next to you. Show them that you're ready to do whatever you have to do to protect yourself. And if they really aren't somebody that you have to protect yourself from, it's going to take them proving, not just the telepathic connection, not just the angel signs, them, the human, proving they are part of your team. And remember, we all have insecurities, and there will be moments of you feeling that insecurity on their end. And this is where you keep yourself check of leading through nurture, compassion, sympathy while still being in your masculine nature. You will feel pockets where you could really pry on that person's insecurities at the time of vulnerability, and you must not do that. You must lead with that courage. You must see, just because others would see their pockets of vulnerability and try to get whatever they desired off that, that is not you. And by you doing this, it reinforces into them, I cannot let this person go again. This person sees me at my most vulnerable, sees that they could destroy me, and does nothing but lift me up. So here's a gentle reminder to tell your ego. It's a little gentle reminder to tell your ego when it comes to this connection. The process of trusting ourselves and others takes time. Your boundaries are loving protectors. This is literally the two exact things we were just talking about. It's going to take time for you two to be able to run together. But this is a whole new opportunity to get to know who you are now, not who you two used to be. And those healthy boundaries that you're going to place, actually when you give healthy boundaries to another person, it makes another level of comfortability because they know the line not to cross with you. Before that, it's kind of like, what is the line? And it shows a deep sense of self-trust, appreciation, authenticity, and respect. And that's very attractive. And there was one hiding behind this. So what's that? Sometimes a no opens more doors than it closes. So when you decided at the very beginning of the separation, no, I'm not playing into this. No, I'm not going back and forth. No, I'm not discrediting how I feel because your ego and parasite is bored. No, I am not repeating a cycle where I just continuously, like I have with other people, let them come back, get energy from me, go away, come back. This person took that itch away from you, from giving people who aren't deserving of second chances. Because you used to give everybody, not even just second chances, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. This is one of the foundation people that really helped you get rid of that. So remember, another thing is you can't be too, and go with me here, you can't be too accessible. When you're always saying yes, I can see you this day, I can make it work even though my schedule is pretty busy, I'll make it work, blah blah blah, I'll go to you. When you are too accessible to people, it can be taken advantage of. They're not staying just to say no to seeing each other because you want some form of like control. If it cannot organically fit in your schedule to see them, don't change your schedule to see them. Right now is not about thinking of what either of you could have done differently. It is about knowing all of those doors had to be walked through to get to the stairs you two are at now. And to go to the next floor, the next elevation. Balance, give and take. Trusting your guides, your signs, setting healthy boundaries. This can go far. I'm hearing one more card underneath for the send out. This is destiny. This person, I feel truly, there's no love spell. There's no them trying to get something out of you. This person's gone down to their bones, craving you, rethinking everything, looking at your features even differently. They are extremely grateful to have met you. They understand if you don't allow them back into your life. But I hear, if I get one more chance, I am not walking away. I will take the time. I will sit there and honor every single part of your being. I miss you. And I hope you miss me too. That's what I keep hearing. That's what I got for y'all today. Now, let's talk about the Spiritual Colorado adventure. All right, so we have 2 spots that are available currently for the getaway, for the trip. Those spots you have until June 22nd to claim. After June 22nd, that is the 1000% cut off to join the trip. Now, I will post the link to the trip on my website, on all of the descriptions of my YouTube videos, and in the bio of my Instagram, and it's connected also on the Discord. This trip is going to be phenomenal, life-changing. It's 6 days in the Colorado Rocky Mountains, connected to not only just me and nature, but other people of your collective that have chosen to come as well. I am gifting a spiritual gift basket to every single person that comes on the trip. It's full of divination tools and the oracle and my oracle cards that are currently in production. Every single one of the days, I have a workshop in place where we dive into teaching you more about tarot, understanding manifestation techniques, inner child healing, and so much more. If you're interested in learning anything else, go to the website and look at the itinerary. It's a hard word for me. And you also can send me an email at contact@offprintmint.com. And if you're interested in getting a personal reading with me, also go to my website, offprintmint.com. That's linked in all of my social media platforms. You can go to the services tab, see the current available services, and then you will see a bunch of book a reading buttons everywhere. You find the service that you like, click book a reading. It's going to prompt you to the next page where you're going to put your name, your email, the topic at hand. So if you're wanting a reading, if you're wanting to learn more about the apprenticeship program, if you're requesting a different type of service like the soul uniting, etc., and then a brief description of what the topic at hand is going to be about. And then you would press send, and I would connect to you via email for the rest of our conversations. And that is the only way to receive a personal reading from yours truly. I do not contact people via any social media platform. I do not reach out ever to anybody first. The only way to get a reading from me is for you, your guides, to guide you to me, to my website, and request it there. And then we talk through email. That's what I have for y'all today. And I'll see you when I see you. Let's get it.